Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Minya.
So na pay bi aboko de.
Nyamego so boy home by. Me chia obi bia wo studio ho ene me ankasa me papa Mademina, one of the most practical legal brains in Ghana when it comes to football in this country is in your studio. And then President Dana say papa say some of us when we listen to him, he doesn't speak from his mind, he speaks legal matters. And then he backed it up with common sense. And in this world, so you'll be a utim rase now sound the common sense. You can only grow and get better in whatever you do. And to me catch a minya me papa, maybe be a blue say no pay. He's been a massive influence on your program this morning.
That's it. All right, ending come far our performance at the U23 AFCON. But first of all, there's this notion going around, and I say people hold this view, say, I see a local coach, no more coach. What is your take on it? What's your defense as a coach?
Of course, of course. You don't need to even ask that question. It's rather unfortunate, sir. We have people asking that question, but you don't blame them because in current times, no. Football no you put Sika Connor there, you not allow him to work. Akwesiapia, who could have stood up to the influence from Keto Kriko and his people, they know, so they got rid of him. You put Ibrahim Tanko there, they will not allow him to work. He's part of them. He understands. They virtually play him and get him to do what he wants to do. And to some extent, like they are right, because how many local coaches would stand up? Nimley, say, or to me, madoma, mammy, medical school, me use my profession, and to me, I can stand up to any form of influence from anybody. Seminamia Tanko, Seminamia Kotsika Konona, and can do this. I would have just resigned and go. But how many coaches can do that? They cannot do that because that is the only practical means to earn the living. So they will be ready to compromise. There are genuine, tactically oriented, tactically inclined Ghanaian coaches here in this country who will stand up to any form of influence. If you are not his friend, you don't get closer to him. So apart from the Black Stars, the only time he's not been allowed to appoint one of his people to be the head coach of the Black Stars. You see, he's never commented on Chris Hughton before. He's never. But he influenced the appointment of Otoado. He personally influenced the appointment of Milovan Raivat. He influenced the appointment of Sika Connor. He's done same for all our national teams. Karim Zito, Wilfred Dormon, Ibrahim Tanko, all of them. He's influenced all of them. So at the end of the day, your pen, so on to think of family, on the family, on the fa obia, on the fa kwesiapia, on fa otiakentinum, and yet technical director, because he knows they will tell him, say, my friend, kwana ofano, and your papa. And it is the system that has been put in place in a good Ghana coaches in Nimase. But they are very, very decent, well capable, tactically inclined, technically decent Ghanaian coaches here who will do a decent job. After all the big honors that we've won as a country, we are won by our Ghanaian coaches. Until me one foreign coach, out of Vista, Jumano 1991, me, you say it was the late coach Ika Fani who did all the job before Otofista came and took the glory from him.
Anyways, so what went wrong for this team? Because here, I'm up for in some catching and say, oh, team was good enough, at least to qualify us to the Olympics.
Man Kembe, who beside Joe de Robert Catcher, Man Kembe. I was very worried about the team. I felt that we are not improved the team. We are not made the team better going to the tournament. Me see the manner in which players were even selected into this team was wrong, because there's no way. Me say, yeah, Ghana, your Premier League, we cannot go and compete in Africa. But there's a player who is in the second division somewhere who can make the grade Ebeyetin. And so we were vindicated. Again, Obi to say, Simba. Look, we saw the Simba boy everything at the channel. One more channel. They couldn't cut it. Until Obi said, Coach Ibrahim Tanko, Coach Michael say, Coach Atram. Me see the conviction, the belief, the trust I had in them. You know, what's Brinya? Look, media, nuclear bakupe. Before I go further, no, and San Amiri Befino, they should all resign. For the very first time, no, I know Atram is foreign trained. Ibrahim Tanko, foreign trained. Michael say, foreign trained. And to me, Padie, the Jitum Passe. They will have to follow their instinct and for the first time set a record that says that they have resigned because they failed woefully. We cannot give Ibrahim Tanko another 4 years to be the head coach of the Black Meteors team. It will be so unfair to all the other coaches when the performance has been this very abysmal. Until Brenyo Bisama Mekacho said, this team, the selection was very wrong, highly influenced by Keto Kreko, Michael Osekwe, because it almost players can't ever born.
But evidence men are some influence because maybe another person is good enough to play for the national team.
No, they are Ghanaians, but they've done this thing over and over again. Almost players, almost twin board. Yet, but nominate Simba, nominate one, club boy. They cannot play. They are not better than yet. There's this Midiama center back. I've forgotten his name, who was very instrumental. On the bench, or not yet Benobo. Obi only 10 say, Obi only ball control, Obi on to me, no ball. It was clear, say, your goats now, you're saying, yet Benomana Gade. You were at fault. Then match after match, they kept using them. Ibrahim Tanko, you could clearly see, tactically, when you analyze our team defensively, there was no organization. No organization. Even the goalkeeper needed to be changed. Danlad, under 23, to say, Ghana, a banner under 20, those days, Danlad, 17, Danlad, 20, Danlad, Black, local blaster, Danlad, 23, Danlad. Come on, man, who does that? What sort of development is that? If he's good enough for the blasters, he stays there. And if you want to encourage proper competition and more development of other players, you unearth another talent. But you cannot use the goalkeeper 17, 20, 23 local blasters. So when he deforms, you cannot trust any of the others to step into his role and be a decent goalkeeper. Two, the team was not properly coached. We had no shape, we had no tactics, we had no organization, and that team that will constantly goals upon goals. Your coach, it should clearly tell you, say, creating is not a problem. Scoring is not a problem. It's how to keep a lead that is a problem. So defensively, Ibrahim Tanko, Michael Atram, they did nothing to improve this team defensively. Even in that last game, when we needed to avoid defeat, when we needed to make sure that we don't draw the game, when we needed to make sure that we get away, we took the lead. What did they do to protect the lead? Tactically, you could clearly see that there was no defensive organization. Bonnie by a beam from a chiho. We couldn't pass 3-4 passes when we were in the lead. What sort of coaching is this? What you say? Now I listen to Ibrahim Tanko when he says, Nyama boy, no.
Okay. We'll try quickly and conclude with Coach Christopher Nimley. Na yabe fia be dim komo.